Yeah, and we could not get off number 1 and 2 between hard copy and Kindle for about a month.
Wow.
And then what happened was, about a year later, did the interview with Paul Dempsey, and it stayed at number 1 again for a month, a year after publication. So it's one of those books that when you read, you think to yourself, is there going to be much more to come here? I've spied Muhammad Ali, and what have we got? And then there's obviously the colourful episodes before he goes to prison, in prison, and then comes out. And then it's like going in as doing a favour to Terry Lawless and thinking, have I done something wrong here when he gives me a call to come back? And then he goes, yeah, we've got a problem. The fighters are going to walk out unless you're training them all, and that was kind of it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
I never been. Well, I've been in gyms ever since. That was 1981. And I didn't think I'd be doing this at my age. I'm 70 years of age now. I still love it, though.
Yeah. How many boxers do you train? Is there any professionals you train at the moment, or is?
Yeah, I've got Freddie Turner.
Yeah.
He's been Southern Area champion, English champion. He could win that battle again, but he's had a lot of injuries.
Oh, really?
I said to him, Fred, if you break down next time, it's all over.
Really?
He knows that. But he'll have a go.
Yeah. I think reading the book, your life's got very defining moments through it as you go through. Like, it's not just a gentle ride through. No. It's all these defining moments.
Yeah, that's right. You think nothing's going to get bigger than that, then something else comes along.
Because I think
it's literally.
Yeah. You know when you talked about the Born Again Christian thing, and you said you were sort of questioning what mortality, and then this guy walks into the gym at the right time.
Benny Stafford.
Yeah. And it's just, it kind of almost seems like
been fate. I didn't realise it then.
No.
When he walked into the gym, I had a gym for the fighters, and I used to train his boy. He was a good fighter. Yeah. He got involved in drugs and didn't quit it anyway. Then he said, Jim, can I train him? I couldn't knock him back, he's a Canning Town boy, like same as Mel. I went, yeah, train there, Ben. Train over in that corner. Because I didn't want him to talk to none of the fighters about God. In case it upset him. But that's where he's come down to talk to me about it. And in the end, he did.
Yeah.
I went berserk, I went berserk in the office, smashing the office up. All the fights got called off. And he went, you need the peace of Jesus. And I said, I've got enough problems. And he went on from there. I still asked him questions and oh no, it's real. We wouldn't be involved in it.
What I've always found interesting about you, Jimmy, is that when you walk into a room, you often have this sort of face about you, this sort of look, and he comes in sort of like this. And you see people sometimes, like especially you've had a session with someone and they haven't been that good, It's like sort of Moses sort of walking through the Red Sea. You see people moving to the side. And one day he walks in, we're having one of our sessions. We sit down in the cafe there, and I thought he's had a bad session here with someone. So I thought, sort of tread carefully. I went, "You're right, Jim." He went, "Yeah." He says, "I'll tell you." He said, "I've got this lawnmower," and I went, "This is new." So I said, "What's wrong with it?" He says, "It's just not working." He says, "It stopped," and I went, "Right." I said, He goes, "Mark reckons I should bring it back to the shop." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well," I said, "No, it's under guarantee." I said, "Why not?" I said, "When did you buy it?" And he went, 30 years ago.
Broadcast, that wasn't it?
And he was just winding me up. He was just, and that's Jimmy all the time.
So 1966 was some year, England winning the World Cup, getting married.
Yeah.
You were also front cover of the New York Times.
Yeah, sports pages, yeah.
Yeah, so it was the first. How did that come about? How did you manage to get on the front of that?
Sparring with Ali.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sparring with Ali. I didn't know until a couple of years ago that I was on someone's mentioned it now. And I found out afterwards, but I didn't know I was even on it. And,
really?
But yeah, I didn't know 45 years later.
So how old were you then?
I was about 20 years of age when I sparred with Ali. I turned pro at 19. I had my first full season with about 9 professional fights. Then I've become 20. I remember I was 20 because I boxed a fella who beat me called Johnny Old. He should never have beat me, but he did. So then I'm going to hold my hands up there, making no excuses. He beat me at my own game with my left jab. Yeah. But he was a lot bigger. I wasn't a lot. Anyway, I ain't making notes on that. I'm making excuses. But what I want to tell you I was doing a bit of cooking the other day,
Yeah.
and I had the music on, and as I was cooking, this, what's her name? The 3 Degrees, not 3 Degrees, I can't think of their name. Anyway, their record come on,
Yeah.
and he went, this is 50 years old, and I thought, gosh, when I boxed Johnny Old, I must have been 20 years of age, to put me in with someone like him at 20.
Yeah.
So they must have thought I would do something.
So you fought on the Ali Peacock card.
Yeah, that's right.
So tell us a bit about that, because that was a huge event, wasn't it?
That was a big event. The whole lot of it, the weighing, from the weighing, in them days you weighed in at 1 o'clock, then you boxed on the evening. I boxed about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, just before Ali. While I was in the dressing room, I was sitting down, and there was this was the old Arsenal, John, and there was just some slats, it was open there, there's some slats that you could look out onto the pitch, you could look out onto the ring.
Okay.
So I was having a look at 2 fighters called Johnny Pritchett and Johnny Kramer. I finished up boxing Johnny Kramer later on in life when I went down the middles. I was watching him. The reason why I was watching him, I had no idea that I was going to box him, but it was raining and they were slipping all over the place. So I got me boxing boots, got a pair of scissors from somewhere, and I started to cut them underneath, because in them days they put a big lump of resin, you stood on it like that, and so you don't slip.
Okay.
So as I was doing that, I saw a fella, the promoter, come walking through named Harry Levine. And as he got near me, I stood up to be polite, to shake hands. But when he got near me, he went, "Sit down, son, you're going to be a star."
Is that it?
Yeah, and I went, that really made me feel marvellous, you know, for a man like with his experience and the years he's been in the game, and who he's looked after and who he's promoted, to say to someone like that, it was about my 5th, 6th professional
still
fight.
a relative novice at the time.
Really. And anyway, I went to see Henry Cooper beforehand. They took me round to see him. He was all right, shook hands. Real gentleman, Henry Cooper, proper gentleman.
Really?
Yeah, lovely man. And went back to the dressing room, got ready. So I was just on before Clayton or Ali. And just as I was going out, a big roar went up, and I thought I'd look round in case Ali was behind me, you know what I mean? But you'd be surprised the fan base that you build up. You don't realise, I didn't realise it anyway.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, I went out and had the fight, got knocked down twice in the first round, stopped him in the second.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
That was a slip, the first one, as I was saying, watching it, slipped over in the second.
Really. I think it's been well documented that your boxing career was cut short as a consequence of the East End feud.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that at the age of 31 and coming back to boxing?
When I come out of prison?
Yeah.
I'll be quite honest, I was very bitter at the time. Through going to prison, I know, I committed a crime, but I didn't start it, they started it, and we finished it. But anyway, it had to be done, and I look back on it, and finished up being 10 years, and I got parole second time up. I come out, someone kept their business going, their scrap business going while I was away. Went to work very hard, that's all we've ever done, work hard. And lots of people helped us. They didn't give us money, they give us machines, so we could get on with our business better than the scrap game, like shears and cranes and different things like that.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of help, and we got to work. Then one day the Greater London Council wanted to close us down. We had to close down, and they paid us compensation. And I had to have a walk up the gym, the Royal Oak, where I used to train.
Okay.
Terry Lawless was my manager, and I walked in there. I've been in there a few times before all this, when I come home. And Terry's wife used to visit me now and then in prison. And talking to him and about one or two things, he said, "Jimmy, so I'm going to America for a couple of weeks. Would you mind helping the fighters?" He knew I knew most of them.
Yeah.
Taylor, Mark Taylor, Charlie Medley, and I used to go and watch them fight.
Okay.
And I said, "Yeah, if it's all right with Frank Black," he was the other trainer. He said, "Yeah, if Frank come up, so that's all right, Jim." And when Terry went, I got the pads out, started doing a bit of pad work, and then the next minute they're all lining up for it. So more pad work, because I never had no pad work when I was a fighter. And I don't think they had it.
Yeah.
But there's things that come natural to you.
Yeah.
It's like, I could put, and I'm not boasting now, but I could put a combination together and throw an extra couple of shots. No one ever taught me to do that, I just done it.
Just doing that.
So you get on the pads and you see if they can do it. You don't train them all the same, you train a fighter what he's good at.
Yeah.
Put a few shots in there for combinations, and they loved it. And Terry Lawless, when he came home, I didn't go up there the day he was coming home, he rang me up and said, Jim, come up and see me, I want to talk to you. And we worked out a deal. He said, Charlie Magley's wrote to the board, he wants you to be his trainer. So that's how it started. That was 37 years ago, 38 years ago.
Fantastic.
I ain't been out of the gym yet since.
So you touched on the family scrap metal business.
Yeah.
That was quite a successful business. And still,
Yeah,
is it still,
I'd like to be earning that money now. I was earning 30 years ago.
really?
Didn't appreciate it.
Is it still going now, the scrap metal?
No. When I started boxing, training fighters, I come right out of it.
Yeah.
You can't do both.
No, it's got to commit to one.
I was training 19 fighters then.
No.
You know, I was there at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, tidied the gym up, then 4 o'clock finish.
Yeah.
Everyone had to be trained, and then once they start fighting, then they need a little bit more of this or a little bit less of that. That's how you train them.
Yeah.
Your trainer knows what that fighter needs and what he don't need. You don't need to leave it all in here. You don't need to leave it all on the road. He's got to get it right, and you've got to help him to get it right.
You're the driving force behind him.
That's it.
What's your kind of ideal amount of fighters to train at the same time? So you said you were training 19 at a time.
No, I didn't say I was training 19 at a time. I said I had 19 fighters to train.
Oh, I see.
Not all the time.
Not at the same time.
What
Okay.
I've done with Terry Lawless, I put a rotor up on the wall, and he said to me, put Frank Bruno first. Because he was the star. Well, he was the heavyweight, wasn't he? So why Frank's all right, good as gold.
Yeah.
And put him first. The heavyweights, like, no cruiserweights then, heavyweights, light heavyweights, middleweights, welterweights, lightweights, lightweights, featherweights, bantamweights, flyweights.
Yeah.
Charlie Magley was last. Except if he had a big fight, then if anyone had a big fight, you bring them in what time it suited them.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got to change it around. Yeah. You've got to work, you know, to keep everyone happy.
Yeah. So there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
No, you've got to work to keep everyone happy, and if they're good, sensible people, which they were, they'll understand.
I think you talked about Mark Taylor and Chris Hyatt quite a lot in the book.
Yeah.
So would you say you've got sort of soft spots for any of the particular boxers you looked after, or I know you looked after
I never had soft spots, but I like people that try. People got ability. Chris Hyatt had a lot of ability.
Yeah.
In fact, even today, I don't think he gets enough press and mentioned enough, really. He won everything, that kid. Good for the box, he could punch. He won the world middleweight title when he was a light middleweight. He fought a guy called Sambo Colombo, a good fighter, and he hit Chris Hyatt with a left hook, and I thought he was going to break him in half. And Chris finished up breaking him in half. 10th round, he was only a barrier and come up and said, Jim, 6 rounds, he's in front. Chris, our man, I went, what are you in front? Hit him anywhere you like. Anywhere like that 10th round, so have a look at him. I was carrying him back to the corner, he won the fight. Middleweight champion of the world.
So it's quite a list of champions that you've sort of worked with, and I think I remember hearing from you that one of your best times was going over to Tenerife
with Nigel
Benn.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
I was training Chris Hyatt at the time in the old Peacock, and the mobile phones just come out. I didn't have a phone then, and the kid statue now, Bradley Stone, he's dead now. It was good for that, good for that. Anyway, he comes walking in the gym, I'm working in the gym, he said, Jim, I've got a message here. So-and-so, I can't even think of someone wanted, what's his name now? Rolex Ray. He went, Rolex Ray wants to talk to you. So I said, can I borrow your phone? Borrow his phone to talk to him. He said, Jim, how would you like to train Nigel Benn? I said, I'd love to train him. He said, all right, can we come round home tonight? I said, yeah. So they come round my bungalow, right? And we worked out a deal. And it went on for 3.5 years.
Fantastic.
Backwards and forwards to Tenerife. Didn't have no security in them days. They used to see us walk in the airport and go, right, Jim, Nigel, away you go. And he was a very, Nigel Benn was a terrible. But when I got to him, I tried to learn him to be a little bit cute.
Yeah.
Dip that chin, move that top off. Move that top. Don't be a target. Because he had a bad habit of going jab and leaving his chin up. Jab, and someone who's good at the game will see that and let him leave his jab and chuck the right hand right on top. So he kept it down, learned how to do that. We didn't even know how to do it, and then he done it, and he never stopped doing it.
Some career he had as well. Fantastic.
Great for him.
And I guess household name-wise, probably Frank Bruno.
Frank,
So how did you find working with Frank?
Frank was a very, very good trainer. In fact, he trained too hard. But Frank was Frank. He was a very, very humble person, very nice person. He trained very hard. I used to say to Frank, get out of the ring, go and sit on that bike rather, have a rest. He knew I knew, but he liked to do that little bit extra. That's what wore him out. But he was a very good fighter, and he deserved to be heavyweight champion of the world. I'll tell you a little story about Frank.
He's good.
After Frank retired, after he won the world title, I was playing golf, and Frank Bruno came up. I said, yes, Frank, he said, Jim, I'm fighting, who was the gold medalist at the Olympics, the heavyweight, who didn't do too well as a pro?
David Price.
Harrison.
Oh, not that.
Aldi Harrison. He said, I'm fighting Aldi Harrison. So I said, okay. I said, you want me to train you? Yeah, okay, Frank. He said, come down home and we'll sort it all out. So I said, where are you living? He said, Stondon Massey. So I said, where's that? He said, go down the Ongar Road and ask anyone but Frank Bruno and I'll see you next Sunday. So bomb, phone goes down. So I tried to ring him back, no answer. I thought, wow, I've got to go down there. So next day I gets up, drives down the Ongar. I know the Ongar Road, I know that way pretty well. So I thought, now where do I start? And I thought, there's a garage over there. Walked over to the garage. See who I thought was a local type of person. I said, excuse me mate, I said, you might be able to help me. I said, I'm looking to see where Frank Bruno lives. He went, Frank Bruno, straight away down there for about a mile and a half, come to a T-junction, turn right, half a mile down the road, he's on the left. I found it in 2 seconds. And we set up, he never did get that fight with Aldi Harrison, because this is what I'm getting to now. I didn't know at the time that he was having a breakdown.
Right.
This is the time he was having a breakdown. I didn't know that. And I was in his house. He had a big house. He was separated from his wife then. And there was builders over there and builders around there. And I thought, different builders like. But anyway, he said, how's the family, Jim? Called that's my wife and the boys, Mark and Jimmy. And he said, how's your grandson? I've got a grandson who's Down syndrome. And he was at junior school, but my family, we were worried about him going to the big school in case he gets bullied. And I said to my Jimmy, you'll have to get private intuition for him. Can't send him to school, someone say something to be nervous. I said, we'll all finish up back in a boot. I said, you know, anyway, Frank Bruno went, I've got a school for Yorkie. Just as I'm talking, I'm trying to think of the name. It was in Brentwood. It was a private school for special needs kids.
Okay.
Get it in, it's only something to tell. And he made a phone call. I spoke to the headmaster. Give him my Jimmy phone, he spoke to the headmaster. They had a meet that week, then he was in that school. As soon as he left that school, he was in there. Now Frank Bruno done that while he was having a nervous breakdown. Because when I went to America with him, he was having it then because he acted very strange and they told me he was on pills. But then I realised that something's wrong with him. But he took time out to do that for my grandson. I'll never forget that. Marvellous. The Endeavour, the school's name. The Endeavour.
Right.
He went there. My James is 24 now, 25.
So you mentioned Bradley Stone.
Yeah, Bradley.
Passed away, unfortunately. And obviously Michael Watson. What happened with him? So, and you were with him that night, weren't you? In the corner. Yeah,
I was with Michael twice. He boxed him twice, he boxed Eubanks twice. Got beat on points the first time, I thought he won that. So they had to return. And for the return he trained. I didn't train him for the first fight, I trained him for the second. And he was on some that night. I know Chris Eubanks won't mind me saying this, but it's the truth. He punched him from pillar to post. Michael did to him, from pillar to post. I And the knockdown, I've watched it, I didn't think it happened like that, but the knockdown, he hit him with 1, 2, 3, crack, 4-shot combination, down he went. He took a bit of off. I didn't think he took that, but he didn't. He jumped up quick and hit him with that right uppercut, right through the, 1,000,000 to 1, right through the guard. Now, do you want me to carry on talking about this? Now, when he went down, he did go down heavy, right? I don't know about his neck, his head and neck on the rope. I didn't see that. It's all I was looking at the knockdown. So now, our corner's there. No, our corner's there. Eubank's corner's there. He gets knocked down there. So when he gets up, he's standing in that corner. It's right, the bell goes. So I jumps in, walks to there. As he walks to me, I walk to him. So we start walking back to there like that. As I'm walking back, I'm asking him if he's all right. And his words were, "I'm fine, Jim. I'm fine." He sat down, and I said again, in front of a box, because you've got boxing ball control, man in the corner. "Are you all right?" So all you've got to do is stand up for this round. Don't worry about punching, just stand up and don't get caught. You're middleweight champion of the world, super middleweight champion. I'm fine. Plenty of water over him. He went, but he didn't go right out because I didn't let him, because I had hold of his leg. He was going like that. He didn't even know it was like that. He did know, but and the referee, who was the referee that night? Good referee. Good fight himself. Anyway, he kept saying, "Come on, come on, Heidi, there, come." In the end, he walked over and dragged him out of that corner. I've done that to give him a bit more rest.
Yeah, of course.
Then he got stopped. The referee stopped it, and he was very dejected, Michael, when he got stopped. And I had him like that, and he stand like that. And I was just going to volley the referee for stopping it, and then he just collapsed in the arms. I thought it was exhaustion. And everyone was fighting outside the ring. There was women in the ring, and all frightened and everything. Anyway, we got to lay him down, and the doctors got in. I think it was after about 7 minutes. It seemed like 27 minutes waiting for the right. But then we went to the Royal Hospital and finished up in Bartholomew's. But he's one of the best middleweights. I'm not just saying it. I don't see Michael very often. Not the biggest punching middleweight, but the one who's got the most body strength. Good chin, body strength. Very strong. Yeah.
So did you ever, when those sort of things happen, does it sort of question your sort of involvement in the sport? So what's your outlook when these things happen?
Well, I think it's a normal thing to think to yourself, like, is there something else I can do if something like that happens? But you go through these things in life, and I don't know if you know, but I'm a born again Christian, and the church people, or the church I was attending, come round to see me, and they said, "Jim, stay in boxing. We need people like you in boxing to tell them about Jesus." So, and mine was born again. Mine was born again. Nigel Benn's born again. And that's how it goes, you know. And I decided to stay in the game. And I went on with, with being a little bit more successful.
Is that how that came about?
Well,
because of being a born again Christian?
No, I didn't become a born again Christian. I was already a born again Christian a couple of years before.
Oh, okay.
But when I went to Spain with Nigel Benn, I used to talk to him about Jesus, and he used to just look at me, didn't say nothing, and I used to say to him, "Do you want me to stop talking?" And he'd go, "No, go on, no, I'm listening." I'm listening. So I knew, and then one day he's dead. He's dead. Kept saying, someone said something, he kept going, "Praise the Lord." So I thought, well, he's got to be a Christian. I asked him, he didn't know what I was talking about, so I knew he wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
But I said, "I'll take you to church Sunday." What's his name? Dixon. I said, "I'll take you to church, so if you want to come." Yeah, he said, "I'd love to, Jim." Anyway, he goes to church, he makes a commitment, he breaks down, and Nigel said, "You got me dead, you got me dead." I said, "I haven't got Jesus." It was a good experience to be out there, and same with Michael Watson. His mother was born again Christian.
Really?
But, he used to say to me, "All roads lead to Rome." And I used to say, "No, I don't think so. But, I know they don't." But anyway, we didn't get in an argument over it, it's his opinion. But when he got injured, that's when he made a commitment. Done marvellous, he's done marvellous the way he's done.
Now, obviously I've been lucky enough just to read your book, your autobiography. Got Paul over there who's involved.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how that happened and why you chose to do it when you did.
With the book.
Yeah.
Well, I've been asked for years before I met Paul to write a book. And I've always gone, yeah, but I don't really want to write a book. In my head I thought, I've got grandchildren, I don't want them reading about me being in prison and, I'm not a gangster, I just stuck up for myself and it all got out of hand,
Yeah.
And then I got introduced to Paul down Lee.
TKO.
No, Lee's place, down in Whitford. Didn't you come down there with
Oh
some?
yeah, 2012. That's
The
right.
first time,
Yeah.
that's when I met you. And then you come to the TKO, we got talking.
That's it.
We got talking about this book.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And we got talking about the book, time and the right man to do it. So, we got together and Martin, who is one of the owners of the gym, so you used the boardroom upstairs and we was up there for about a year or so. Paul Paul done all the research, done a marvellous job, and I was pleased I'd done it in the end,
How long did it take to do?
It took about a year, Paul, just over.
Just over. Yeah. Just over a year.
Just over a year.
Yeah.
And that was being together a couple of times, 3 times a week.
Yeah, there was. The honest truth is, it's about 90,000 words in that book. The original draft is about 250,000. There are so many fantastic stories we had to chop it just because we couldn't put it in the book. So, but I mean, you mentioned before about New York Times. The funny one was there.
Yeah, we did.
I got in touch with the New York Times and I said, listen, I'm looking for someone in the archive department. And I said, right, what edition are you looking for? I said, 1966, May. He was actually 19 when he thought.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, I didn't want to
Tell me,
His birthday's September, so
9th of September, to be fair.
that's so I spoke to this bloke in New York and I said, looking for this edition, and he said, can you give me a couple of names I can put in a database? And I said, yeah. I said Jimmy Tibbs, and he went, right. He says, have you got any other names? Yeah, I said Muhammad Ali, by a strong accent. Oh yeah, like the greatest, huh? And I went, no, exactly, the greatest. And he went silent for a second, he went, give me a minute. And he went, I've got it in front of me here. I said, any chance you can send it over? And he sent it over.
Oh, brilliant.
Marvellous, yeah.
Fantastic.
I didn't know that till a couple of years ago.
No.
Dean Powell found out from our thing. Terry Lawless, my man's never told me, maybe he didn't know, I don't know. Mickey Duff, most knowledgeable man in boxing at the time, knew everything. He could tell you what your opponent had for breakfast, dinner, and last year.
And he didn't know that either.
He never mentioned it.
Yeah.
So, thanks for that, Jimmy. I managed to get hold of Mark Taylor
Oh, did you?
by Facebook, and he just sent a little message for us. So he said, he's a terrific human being, a man of integrity and truth. My wife and I are forever grateful for his support as a friend. He's a wonderful motivator and a talented trainer. So I think that says it all.
Marvellous, isn't it? The work
Spot on.
So thank you very much today. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks so much for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Thank you.